On. Thanks for coming on over and let's get some questions rolling. With 0 people watching, give me some attention, people. Give me some questions. I'll keep rambling until someone says something. The live stream. It's an interesting dynamic. I'll just sit here and try and look good in front of the cameras. Lighting's important. This lighting's not so good, but it does make me look pretty. So just come out of the consultation camp. There's a vegan food here in 7-Eleven. Almost all the 90 million 7-Elevens in Thailand have vegan food. It's a little bit greasy, but if you cut in a up, it's not too bad. It's got carbs in there. And you can tell it's vegan because of the little Ginjay sign, that little yellow one, the red, backwards 17, means vegan here in Thailand. So it's a very good place for vegans in Thailand. Very good place. All right, here we got the first question. Here we are. Thoughts on the 3D 4i power meter? I think that power meter, I think it's really cool when more product comes to market. I just like product that's been tested a bit more, and that's why I like Stages. Again, not sponsored by Stages. I've bought all my Stages. I've got about 7 of them. And I would say I've got one now that's crap. The battery cover doesn't sit in properly, and I've got new batteries. It's all fucked up, but it still works. It did drop out this morning on me a little bit, but if you saw that video I did the other day of the 200k ride in the mud, and it's, you know, I've abused my Stages, and they still work. And I've got a couple of garments. I think the biggest issues with the Stages is people maybe just run one garment and it doesn't communicate that well. So then they send it back, get a new Stages, but then it still doesn't really just solve the problem. So I would say having a couple of garments is a good way to see if your Stages is really fucked. But the 4i power, I don't know. I got a friend who got one a few months ago, the first batch, and didn't work like a week, and that was it. I like Stages because I know how to treat them. I know how to get them working. I've never, ever had a Stages fail on me. I've seen Stages get snapped off from a wrench hitting it, but I've never, ever had a Stages I couldn't get to work with one of my garments. The biggest thing is people leave the battery in when it gets wet, or they tape it up. I've been guilty of that. Tape it up, the moisture stays in, and it shorts out. So you let it dry out, take the battery cap off overnight, go down a big hill on it, let it dry out, and it'll be fine. Thoughts on improving sprint power? You got to get a power meter. You got to know what power you're putting out. If you want to do 1500 watts, then you've got to have at least a cadence of 130 at least. So to get sprint power, you just got to have a power meter to see how much sprint power you can put out for 10 seconds. Simple as that. So if you don't have a power meter, then it's like going to the gym going, how do I improve my bench press strength? Or how much you're lifting now? How are you going to quantify that? You need power. You need those numbers. And then you find a 10-second sprint segment and go from there. But be careful with sprinting, because if your chain slips and you're sprinting max, teeth. That's why I got a lot of dental work done. So many fucking crashes over the bars. Just cracking teeth. Should I get it first? A bike that fits or a power meter? Both. What's better? A kick in the leg, left leg or the right leg? Just get both, bro. Make it happen. If you've got the internet, if you're a Western economy, just make it fucking happen. If you've got internet, you're living in a Western economy. You know, the internet is now a third economy. You got first world economy, third world economy, and you got internet economy. I can live in a third world country with internet economy. It's a new realm now. So do both. Make it fucking happen. Do you plan to do a live stream on your main channel? Potentially. I just wanted to give my cycling channel a bit of a shout out. Give myself a shout out. Will cycling make your thighs bigger? I wish, man. I would love to have fucking legs this big, and I'd walk into the fucking down the street and cars would have to give way. Cycling makes your legs suck in. Look at Chris Froome. Look at Freely. Look at all the people who ride a bike long term. Don't look at noobs. No disrespect to noobs, but you have to look at people doing shit long term. I could start smoking cigarettes again. And people go, look, Durianrider's really fit and healthy. But you'd have to see me in 5 years down the track or a year down the track to see the condition of my motherfucking lungs. Cycling makes your legs lean as fuck relative to what they would be otherwise. Any motherfucker out there, sorry, anyone's out there who says cycling makes your legs big, has got no motherfucking idea at all. That's just like cars make you fat. Dumb fucks. I mean, I get passionate about it. It's just dumb fucks talking shit in the gym or fucking on the treadmill or just Makes me sweat. Sweat here in Thailand. It's pretty hot today. How long have you been in Chiang Mai for? I don't know. We don't know. Freddie and myself are both here in Chiang Mai. We're not too sure. That's the sort of the internet economy lifestyle, man. But we both enjoyed Chiang Mai. We enjoyed LA. We enjoy Australia. But if there's one thing me and Freddie agree on, is Chiang Mai rules. In the morning, I look a lot slimmer. By the end of the day, I seem bloated. Advice: that's just welcome to your body. Welcome to your body. When you wake up is when you're the lightest of the day, the leanest looking. And when you start to activate your enzymes and get your blood flowing, get more pump in your muscles, get more glycogen going, digestion's going, you wake up the body. That's just normal. Normal. Nothing you can do about it, nothing you'd want to do about it. Because if you go to bed lighter than when you woke up that morning, you fucked your fitness up. You fucked your body up. Because you dehydrated and you glycogen exhausted your body. If I go and do a 24-hour race, I'm going to be making sure I weigh more at the end of that race than at the start, even though I've burned over 10,000 calories. So be careful with what you think. The best upgrade, except for a power meter, is a power meter. Let's say you already got a power meter, gearing. Make sure you got the gear ratios so you can hit at least 90 cadence on your favorite climb when you're trying to go full gas. And that may require putting mountain bike cranks on your bike. That might require changing the cassette body at the back. I'm not sure what your bike you got. Is Chiang Mai pretty affordable to travel compared to other countries? Thanks a bunch. Depends what you're into. Depends what you're into. Depends what you're into. You can pay a few $1,000s for accommodation per month, and you can pay $50 a month for accommodation. So you got $50 a month for accommodation in Thailand, in a unit in Chiang Mai, close to everything, or you can spend thousands of dollars per month on rent. So it depends what your budget is, depends what you want. And that's the beauty of Thailand, is it's pretty cool. Combining heavy lifting with cycling, advice. Why? What? You're trying to get more cardio, but trying to get stronger. It's doesn't work unless you're on anabolic steroids, and then it will work. Like guys like Scooby, where they can lift strong and do cardio because they're on anabolic steroids, and it's not what's the word? It's not natural. It's not the normal. You can't do both. But when you're on steroids, all the rules just get fudged. Calorie, everything gets fudged once you start putting the exogenous hormones in your body. I'm not saying these people are bad people. I'm just saying it can be confusing, especially when they lie about it. So I'm just like work hard. No. You're on anabolic steroids so you can work harder, so you can defy the laws of physics and nature. And that's fine. I've taken anabolic steroids, and they fucking work. And anyone who says they don't work is just tripping. Don't interrupt, Daddy. Who's pussy better, freely or vegan, Ava or Lady? The trolls are here. The trolls are here already. This is hilarious. This is why live streaming isn't so popular, even though I think it's really powerful, is because people can't handle the trolls like I can. I love my trolls. Even Vegan Cheetah, he's earning over $1,000 a week now, just talking shit about us on his YouTube channel. All sorts of shit. And it is good because it keeps me and Freely relative. It keeps us relative. Is it the word relative? Relative? Relevant? Whatever it is. If people aren't talking about you, they've forgotten about you. What KOM are you most proud of? I'm not going to tell you because someone's going to steal it. I enjoy all the climbs, man. Even if I get the fastest time or the 100th fastest time, I just enjoy riding my bike, getting out there. And it's good. Strava's cool to be able to give you a bit of nudge here and there and sort of brag to your mates. And it's good. And it will track your progress. So it's pretty cool. Relevant. So it's relevant. Okay, thanks. Answer the question, mate. Well, I've never had sex with a lady boy, and I've never had sex with Eva. So just, why do I even engage these trolls? Cheers from Latvia, Harley. Thanks for Rice Traveller. Thanks for your support. What do you think about the Wim Hof breathing technique? Yeah, I mean, anything that gets you more conscious of your breathing is a good thing. Definitely. I would say Wim Hof, I would like to know what drugs he uses to withstand all that pain and stuff like that. Because there's something else going on in pharmacology, in my opinion. That's where I respect more someone if they're full transparent with what they're taking and what they're doing. Obviously, that's not going to happen in today's society because people want to believe in fairy tales. And as soon as you start talking about steroids or drugs or whatever, people are like, oh my God, you look like a Lance Armstrong or something. So they just see you later. So unfortunately, these people have to lie for their fan base to really respect them. I don't really delve too much into people's. If I think someone's doping, then I take their advice at face value because it's generally a bit of a flawed, bit of a thing. But anyone who's promoting more breathing consciousness, that's a good thing. Breathe from your stomach. Always have your mouth open when you're riding your bike. Always have your mouth open when you're running. Breathe from your stomach. Breathe from your belly. Anyone who says keep your mouth shut, breathe through your nose, no fucking idea. No fucking idea. It takes 3 kilos of oxygen to burn 1 kilo of fat. So if you're trying to breathe through your nose, a small hole, and you've got this big mouth here that can take in oxygen and push out carbon dioxide, and you're doing this nose thing because your fucking yoga practitioner or whatever said to do it, because they were sincere but sincerely wrong, and they've got no fucking fitness themselves, then you will always cap your results. You'll always cap your weight loss results, your fat burning ability, your stamina, your enjoyment of life, if you keep your mouth shut when you're exercising. It's like, I saw this, we did the time trial this morning, and I did the warm-up and saw this Thai lady sort of going up there, marching up there. She had her mouth shut. It's going as slow as a snail. And she was out there, that's awesome. But why make it harder than it has to be? Have your motherfucking mouth open. Get that oxygen in. Get that fat-burning ability in. Get that stamina in. Get that mental clarity. Oxygen is the best drug out there. Oxygen is the most important thing. You can go for days, weeks, whatever, breatharianism without food or water, but you're going to go a few minutes without oxygen before you die. Morning from South Africa. Banana Watts. Wim Hof was tested by a scientist showing his natural abilities. He was put in medical textbooks. Did you hear about Harley? I mean, scientists, what, your brother, your uncle, your friend at the fucking university you studied with, you went to strip club with that, like, I'm not that naive. Things get corrupted, money gets involved, stories get switched, fantasies and fairy tales get created. There's a lot of shit in medical textbooks. Just because it's in a medical textbook doesn't mean it's the truth. Think about it. Think about it. What are your thoughts on weed usage as a cyclist? I would say if you've never been stoned, you're curious, if that's what you want to go for, then experiment. But I would say look at Vegan Gains and look at Gary Roski. Great examples of passionate speakers, but marijuana is just slowing them down, making their thoughts cloudy. It kills motivation. Marijuana, THC, smoking it, rolling it, eating it, whatever, vaping it, whatever the fuck how you do your drug of addiction, marijuana, THC, it's an addictive drug. If you do it every day, you're addicted. You're a fucking drug addict. I don't give a fuck if you vape or whatever, you're a drug addict. Just as I was as well. If you're doing something every day or every week, especially every day, you're a drug addict. And I would say, get off it. Get clean. Get off the fucking weed. Weed kills motivation. I haven't smoked weed, eaten weed. I've eaten hemp seed. But I've had no THC in my body since May 1997. Because I find THC is just like a demotivator. And I'm not into that. I'm into motion and motivation. Nick Diaz smokes weed. I think he's pretty open about that. And I would say, Nick Diaz definitely next level. Everyone who's doing good now will go next motherfucking level when they give weed the flick. Smoke some bongs, fucking, if you got some pain or whatever, but just get out of that scene, in my opinion. I see too many people getting their life potential capped by the weed. And I spent years on that shit and selling it, dealing. That's how I bought my first bling bike, was selling marijuana. I've got experience with it, and I just don't rate it anymore, man. It's pushing this cloud, man. And I'd rather just go carb up, man, and chill. I would just tell the experiment, sincerely, like, all bullshit aside, to my weed smoking friends out there, do a month with no weed, no THC, no nothing, and watch the fucking clarity, the sharpness come back into your daily reality. You'll have a greater participation in your daily reality. Weed for me was just like, oh man, I was just stoned. I was just like out of it. I was just like, and I had some fucking wicked fun times, but back when I was 17 and 14, I was first stoned when I was 14. But I missed out on a lot of my fucking teenagehood because I was so fucking stoned. It would have been good if I just tried it, go, that's a perception, that's a reality, okay, cool, and then move on. Start riding bikes up mountains or getting into martial arts or whatever. But I spent too much time on the bong, man, the vape. Durianrider and Freely, I've been watching for years. Can I get an invite into the stream? I have Google Hangouts. I don't even know what Google Hangouts is. I don't even know what an invite to the stream is. Angry Vegan just told me about the live stream the other day. And I'm like, well, that sounds cool. What do I do? And he showed me how to do it. I'm using a thing called, what's it called? OBS. So it's an app called OBS. Better not close that one off. We're still live. Where's Figsy? Figsy is in Adelaide with some friends of ours. And Nate Diaz recently said he'd be willing to be tested every day for steroids. All they'd find is weed. That's funny. Figsy, so Figsy's doing good. Figsy's not dead. She's not in Thai prison. She's not working as a fucking strip dog in Pattaya. All this shit that people say. Why did I call myself Durianrider? Is Figsy and Doggy having... Percy's still kicking. We think Percy's still kicking. The people never got back to us. We gave Percy to a farm on York Peninsula back in September 2013. And yeah, he's a farm dog. He's a farm dog. He's a rescue dog. Both Figsy and Percy were rescue dogs. Freely found Percy from the Port Pirie Pound in South Australia. And when I first saw Percy, I was like, oh, a little mangy mutt. But he was such a fucking darling little dog. Within a few seconds, I was like, wow, this guy's cool. He was so fucking friendly and warm. And he just needed a lot of attention. We gave him that. But Freely and myself, we're not really dog people. We love animals, but I think Freely just felt sorry to see his dogs, being in a situation. So she just rescued him. And then the goal was always to find him a better home than what we could provide. You know what I mean? So it's like a stepping stone. So we got him from a bad place to a better place. And with the goal of going to the best place. Love the live streak. Live streak, love it. Is it live streak or live? I'm not going to get naked. Let's not do that streak across this. Are you running mountain bike cranks and a road bike? Yes, I can. I have on my CAD 9. And maybe might be doing it on my TCR. I'm going to try and get a little special derailleur for that. Just ordered my Garmin 310 XT for tips for using it. Just get on Google, get on DC Rainmaker. DC Rainmaker's got a great website with Garmin tips. It'd be hard for me to explain how to use the 310 XT without you be sitting next to me and I can go through the buttons with you. Do you think riding horses is cruel? I think riding bikes is better. Just ride bikes. Ride bikes. Can I wank before a race? Fat before a race. You do whatever the fuck you want to do as long as you can put out the power. Yeah. I mean, it's no worries. It's all in your head, mate. If you can't win the race because you're fat or you didn't fat, that's just 100% mental. That's 100% mental. Creatine, good or bad? I think creatine is good in my experience for the guy who wants to get swole, who's on steroids. Creatine definitely take next level as well. And creatine, 99% of creatine out there is vegan. I've done some experimenting with it. I think it. I can't really pinpoint it. It doesn't make me climb any faster. I think it would probably give you sprint recovery better. But for me, it's not something that, sugar is what I go to every day. Contemplating tests before, I'm not sure in dose. I'm not sure what you mean by that. As you want to do the blood test, you want to do steroids, I'm not sure what the deal is. You got to be more objective. If anyone wants questions answered, try and be objective as you can. Do you think Conor McGregor heard about you and the vegan diet and its performance benefits? Of course, Conor McGregor's watched me. Like, you're gonna watch. If you're sitting at home after training and there's a thing called YouTube and there's a video that's got 100,000 hits and your name's in the title, of course you're gonna fucking watch it. I would watch it. People get curious. All these UFC fighters, all these cyclists, they're just everyday people with everyday needs and everyday feelings, and people get curious about what people are saying about this and that. And if the video's got 100,000 or 500,000 views, they're gonna watch it. I would. You would. Of course they know about us, man. Would he try a vegan diet? I don't know, but I could definitely get Conor McGregor in the best shape of his fucking life, cardio-wise, 100%. I would have to ask about steroids, or I could just fucking take that motherfucker to the next level just by using cycling and carbs and water and sleep. And what's that Edo Portal guy hitting him with a fucking pool noodle? Like, what the fuck? You don't get fucking hit with a pool noodle in the fucking octagon. You need motherfucking high levels of hemoglobin so you got that stamina so you can have your artillery of punches and knees and kicks and bites and fucking everything round after round. You don't need to get fucking movement at a fucking pool noodle. That's just some sexy, wanky shit that let Edo Portal justify his $100,000 price tag or whatever for coaching fucking Conor McGregor. And Conor's got so much money, it's just like, yeah, it sounds cool, do that. Pool noodle. Fucking pool noodle. Are we fucking serious? And one of the big reasons that Conor lost to Nate's a fucking gun athlete, gunfighter, very experienced, I believe as well, is that Conor was just fucking undercarb. And it made it even easier for Nate to just fucking choke him out in that celery chokehold. Carbs for the fucking win. Best beginner bicycle out of the box. Depends where you live. USD, so maybe you live in the US. Bikesdirect.com, I've got some good deals. But it depends where you live. If you live in Florida, you can have the flatlander gears. If you live somewhere like Brentwood, Los Angeles, there's some nice hills, so you want almost a mountain bike crank or at least a 3042 combo. So it depends where you live, what part of the US. Protein comes from plant food, so does fats, correct. Would you ever consider a triple tandem bike with a tiny seat for Figs in the back? I think that would be my idea of fucking torture for Freely, is have her on a tandem. And Figs, Freely would agree with it as well. But Figsy, no, I wouldn't put. I think Figsy would be. She's been an anxious little doggy. You know, she was raised in a cage. She was like a breeding dog, show dog, very anxious little mutt. I don't think she'd really like the dog seat. Percy would have liked that, but not Figsy. 2 months on test, broken wrist, would it help? How much should it be taking? Okay, so this person has broken their wrist. They're looking at doing anabolic steroids to recover that. I would say you're going to have to do your own homework on that. I can't give you advice on that. Would I use tests? Would I use hormones to recover? I would, personally, based on my jaw surgery and the rapid recovery I've experienced from taking low dosages. Yeah, definitely, I would. But your body, your choices, you have to do your homework. I can only say what I've done and be transparent about that. But definitely, all the pro athletes, I should say, all the big name, the multi-million-dollar athletes, if they get an injury, boom, they're on the anabolic hormones to rapidly increase that recovery of broken bone. 100%. That's just, it's business, man, because you've got to get back on your feet straight away. And if you're like a big athlete with fucking $1 million contracts, and they're like, well, you can't perform, we can't pay you. And if you want to have that fucking Lamborghini Huracan, you got to get back up on your feet and go. High carber. What helmet do I recommend? Any helmet that's a bright color. Fluoro colors are good. Fluoro yellow, my helmet's over there. Just pause a second. Any helmet is good. Better than no helmet. The best helmet is the one that fits your head good. Fits your head good. Let me go around this way. Wear your fucking helmets. This live stream energy is a lot different to my normal videos. So I'll wear this helmet, and it's yellow, fluoro yellow in case you couldn't tell. It's made by Duro, not sponsored, but you basically want to have a helmet that's sort of not too loose, and you've got the tension system on the back, you can do it up, and you want to have your helmet not like that. How's it going, mate? How's it doing? You want to have your helmet not like that either, so you can't see. You want to have it sort of in the, just where my dick got chopped off when I was a kid, my head, just in the middle of your forehead there. And then when you do your helmet up, you want to have these little toggle things under your ears, not down here, under your ears, so you can adjust them. Do it in front of the mirror. And you're basically going to get 2 fingers, like your mum last night, and you want to put that under your chin strap. So you don't want to be able to fist your neck, and you don't want to be like, can't breathe. So basically 2 fingers, and you just squeeze them in there, and that's how I run my helmet. Always wear your helmet. People say, oh, I'm only riding down the mile down the shop. It's wear your fucking helmet. One of the worst crashes I've ever had was leaving my workplace back in 2004, rode off the footpath as a gap that wasn't there the day before. Because the council fixed the footpath up. And I went over the bars, smashed my helmet, I can punch my ribs up. Always wear your helmet, man. The best helmet, and update your helmet regularly. I recommend the fluoro yellows. I recommend get a helmet every year or two. Just, if you get cracked or dropped or crashed, then you get a new helmet. My thoughts on elevation masks. Just go training. Make sure you're carbed up. 10 grams of carbs per kilo body weight per day. Pissing clear. If you're pissing yellow, you need to drink more water. And go to bed 8, 9 p.m. and you get way better performance gains that way. So elevation masks, Focus on what works. Sleep, water, sugar, cadence, power meter. How much rent in baht is your current house in Chiang Mai? It's about $1,000 Aussie rent in baht. It's about 23,000 baht a month. It's very expensive for what you can get around here, but so I like the airflow. Have I ever been a bicycle messenger? Yes, for many years. Bicycle messenger first in 1998. Bicycle messenger is a good job. Very dangerous if you're a noob because of car doors, not paying attention. So if you're going to be a bicycle messenger, I'd recommend hydraulic disc brakes, and I'd recommend like a cyclocross bike or maybe a mountain bike, like rigid setup, and maybe cut your bars a bit narrower, but definitely hydro brakes, bright clothing, bright helmet, and don't get caught up in that fixed gear mentality, cutting traffic hardcore, because that's how motherfuckers get killed. Some little vegan meal here from 7-Eleven. Not sponsored. Give me some carbs while we read some questions. This is a mukbang. Mummy Tang. You guys know Mummy Tang? Mummy Tang? Blowing it up on fucking YouTube. 8 million views in the last 7 days. Over 8 million. That is like fucking insane. Mukbang. That's Mummy Tang, you're doing great. You're doing fucking really well, blowing it up. And I just wrote to her before, I didn't even know if her account's monetized. It's like 10, 20 grand a month. That's really good. Deserves it. Mangoes and bananas. What do I think about 15 to 18-year-olds on steroids? Well, most 15 to 18-year-old girls are on sex steroids, so why is it a surprise that more and more 15 to 18-year-old guys are going on steroids? So they can get more sex. The girls are on steroids so they can get more sex on the pill. A little bit different, but very, very similar. Exogenous sex steroids. And then you've got guys getting on steroids at 18, and people lose their shit. But if you're on a girl, if you're on fucking steroids, sex steroids, the contraceptive pill, and you want to get off, and your parents are like, what? You want to get steroids? You go to the doctor, say, I want to stop taking the pill because I don't want to get ovarian cancer, breast cancer when I'm 35. The doctor's going to go, it's not true. And you can give them some data. And they're like, oh, well, I don't know how to get off. Go and ask the fucking internet for advice. It's fucking bullshit. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. This world, man. Just got to laugh. You just got to laugh at how fucking crazy it is. How much test does TMW take per week? They'd be taking, I would say, minimum 250 in my opinion. It's my opinion. I'd say minimum 250 a week plus the Deca, the Winnie, the fucking Androlic, oxymethylone. Depends on what the cycle is. They'd be hitting it pretty hard. To be that big, you're hitting a lot of fucking tests. A lot. Because as soon as you get off, you shrink out. You shrink massively. Have I heard of Tanapura, Phuket? Sounds like a good place to train. Yeah. Nick Gates is down there. He's a very experienced cyclist, funny guy as well. He's down there. Bite-sized vegan on the gear. Let's not go there. Can you explain why you still associate with vegan Ava when she's an airhead? She's not an airhead. You never even met her, bro. There's a thing called trolling on the internet. Is vegan shit on the drugs? I'm pretty sure vegan shit is open about heroin, steroids, cigarettes, marijuana, prescription meds, all sorts of gear. I'm pretty sure the VC is open about it. I could be wrong. What is mukbang? Mukbang is a Korean thing. I was doing them years ago with my little cereal things talking about it. It's where you basically talk on camera, answer some questions, and hang out. It's pretty good fun. Please talk about hamstrings. Stretch them every night gently. 30 seconds each leg. Can I bunny hop? Yes. Bright size vegan on heroin. No. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, people say I'm on fucking heroin. People say all sorts of shit about it if you're lean on the internet. Do I look like I'm on heroin? Yes. Does Emily look like she's on the heroin? Yes. I can understand. But does Free look like she's on heroin? Yes. So we're getting the answer for ourselves. I would do a heroin test any day of the week. Actually, that's a good idea. I can go. Yeah. Let me go do a heroin test. Let me do a heroin test. If enough people ask. If vegan cheetah asks me to do a heroin test, I'll go to the clinic down here and do one. When it comes to recovery, carbs or protein, always carbs, man. Like, protein for recovery? You don't need protein, you need fucking carbohydrate. You need glucose-derived ATP. There's protein in fruit. There's protein in rice, man. It's carbohydrate. Win, win, win. 100%. If your goal to be a sumo wrestler, then yeah, protein and fat. If your goal is performance, health, and sanity, carbohydrate. Is Freely bisexual? We'll let Vegan and Cheetah answer that one. Keep the drama alive. Always keep the drama alive, because if you don't, drop me the rice, you become unspoken about. When are you going to get a new Dynamo Hub and review it? Please get one on yet too. I'm really fucking ignorant. I worked in the bike industry a long time. I'm into cycling a lot the last 20 years. Never had a driver's license. I still don't fully understand hub dynamos. Because the websites, they're so like techie. Whoa. They're so fucking techie, man. And they're losing a massive fucking audience because the new cyclists coming up, the millennials, we go to these websites and we're like, how does this fucking work? I don't know. I'm not an electrician. I'm a dumb motherfucker, but I like riding bikes. So I'll get that hub dynamo and I'll try and make it get going. Angry Vegan, how much Viagra do you take if you pee up dose of tep? I would say if you took Viagra, go up dose of tep, you're going to be cooking yourself because you get just like, you cramp up. Well, it's a lot of questions coming now. A lot of questions. I read the question and it gets popped up. What are your favourite bands to listen to? Anything that's upbeat, get going. Why are almost all the Tour de France riders white? It's just the cycling culture. There's not much cycling culture in Asia. Well, there is, sorry. There's not much professional, high-level racing culture in Asia or in Africa because it costs a lot of money. You've got to travel the races, so it's a pretty high thing. It's changing over time, but the main reason there's not many, non-Caucasian cyclists out there, pro level, like Tour de France level, is just because of the racing culture is so expensive to get into that, Is Kate Ledecky full natty bra? Who's Kate Ledecky? Let's have a look at that. Kate Ledecky. Google. Swimmer. Gold medalist? Natty? You can answer that question yourself. What cycling shoes do I recommend? Let me get my cycling shoes. Something that has got mountain bike cleats. I recommend mountain bike cleats, mountain bike shoes, mountain bike pedals. Shimano A530, a good pedal. It's a mountain bike cleat, so you can actually walk in this shoe. You can walk in it. The road shoe, you're slipping around, it's all going crazy. These are Bont, not sponsored. They feel really good. The quality is really poor, and they're coming apart there. I can just glue that up. The sole's coming off. This buckle system gets jammed up. Shit quality, but a very functional product. Overpriced what it is. Made in China for a couple of bucks. Sold for $300, $400, $500. I do like the performance though. They do perform really well. And I could send them back for warranty. They'll probably give me a new pair. That's a waste of resources. I'd rather fix it myself. I'll buy some new buckles. I'll take this to the shoe guy. The shoe girl, get it fixed up. But I recommend mountain bike shoes and pedals just to walk around in. Shimano Tiagra Opinions. The Shimano 4700, the latest Tiagra, really fucking good. Am I sponsored by Giant? No, I'm not. A few years ago, I did approach them. There was a bit of a little sort of talks about that. But then I realised if I am sponsored instantly, the Durianrider that you love to love and love to hate, that gets changed because I can't really be expressive. I can't fucking swear and talk about motherfucking steroids if I'm a sponsored athlete. You've got to be really straight down the line. And that's fine if that's people are into that. But I realised, I was like, hang on, this is responsibility. And I'm too crazy to have responsibility. So I'm not sponsored by Giant, I'm not sponsored by Cannondale, Specialized, Bont, Trek, Shimano, or any of these stages or any of these brands that I promote. I promote a certain brand or a product or a model more because I've used it myself and I think it's a great product to help people. I want to get bums on bikes. I'm not here to make a lot of money. I'm here to get bums on bikes. Because at the end of the day, that's what's important. Get people on bikes, get them vegan, changing society. Real activism. Why did I quit raw veganism? Didn't really quit it, just made it work better. Just eating raw food, I mean, like, why? You don't just have to eat raw food. I thought you did for many years, but you don't. You can just eat vegan, man, and smash in the fruits. Raw till 4, baby. It's easy to get enough calories. It's easy to train more and work more and to go harder. And then one of the reasons I can go so hard, the main reason I can go so hard, is I can fucking smash in. Look at all these bottles of juices over here and Fantas. You know what I mean? I can smash in so many fucking calories now. And be like Joe Belushi. Just fucking... Seriously, the live stream, you get to be candid. Carbohydrates, man. What fucking good was Durianrider back in 2008, 2009, where I'm sitting under the fucking mango tree talking about this, and that was good stuff, good insights, but how many people can fucking live that lifestyle? Like, how many, really? Like, 5 people on the fucking planet? It's good, but it's not, it's what people maybe should do, but it's not what people can do or could do. I'd rather promote what people could do, and what gives you even better results even, because you can easily get calories on when you're eating cooked vegan foods. What's my biggest ride? In a day, in a month, in a week, in a year. In a day, solo, 594 kilometers with no stimulants, no drugs. In a week would be over 2,100 kilometers, no stimulants, no drugs. In a month would be 6,545 kilometers, no drugs, no stimulants. And that was, there's not even any tests, nothing. No caffeine, nothing. No painkillers, full 100% natty bra. No asthma puffers, no cortisone, nothing. What's this? Buffering. So hopefully it's still going. In a year was 2003, was over 30,000 kilometers. And I only had maybe a cup of tea once. Not a cup of tea, a Lipton iced tea in 2003. That did over 30,000 kilometers with no caffeine. Maybe some vegan chocolate, if you include that. So I've done the big Ks, full natty bra, understand what it takes. Did Paris, full natty bra. I would say I would be the only person in 2003 that did Paris with no stimulants, no drugs, no caffeine or nothing. On fruit and water. That's how fucking crazy I was. And I did it in 51 hours 30. And just like starch loaded the days before. And just did it all on there. It was pretty epic. Pedals that let you clip in and also ride in normal shoes, the Shimano A530. If you haven't got a copy of my cycling ebook, I would recommend it. It's called Durianrider's Lean Body Bible. Go to Freddie's channel, we've got 50% off at the moment. Durianrider, just go to Freddie's latest video about the weight loss tips. Or the second video, which shows up the new one. Am I going to respond to Ryan Happy? I don't even know what the response is. Ryan basically just trashed me. He's got my personal email. He's written me so many emails over the years. Harley, like, thumbnail or had advice, monetization, or what should I do here? But rather than contact me about a problem, he just makes a video about it. So I was like, thanks, man. Thanks a lot. Even though I just spent a few days before I was in LA hanging out one-on-one with him. I don't have time for people like that anymore in my life. Too busy helping out people who appreciate my time. The video's lagging. Why is it lagging? Too many people? Maybe, I don't know. Here we go. Now it's better. Now it's better. So we're on 38 minutes. Wow, this goes so quick. This goes so quick. TCR, Disc, or Defy? Wow. I would probably go the Defy. You could go either. I would probably go to the Defy because you can run fatter tyres on it. 28mm tyres, easier. Fatter tyres, better for commuting, in my opinion. Let me check the Wi-Fi. Looks pretty good. Sorry for the delay, gang. Cycling up hills while standing up. Does it improve the hamstrings? Both. Cycling up hills is the best workout you can do, girls. Nothing comes close to cycling up hills. Look at Freely. That's all Freely gives a fuck about now. Is cycling up hills. It's awesome. What cycling shoe do I recommend for triathlon? Mountain bike shoes. I will put it on record. I will go through transition faster than any professional level triathlete. And I will get on that bike and push out more power than that professional level triathlete in the first 30 seconds of the bike leg. Because I'll be clipped in. They'll be sitting there with the rubber bands on their shoes, going, I won't even be thinking about it. I'll be running, I'll put my shoes on, running through transition with my bike, get on my bike, first pedal stroke, bang, 500 watts, second pedal stroke, 600 watts, boom, out of transition, 100 cadence, boom, out of there, straight into the fucking zone. Not like flipping around, like all this bullshit. Why? Because an industry says this is what you should wear, and that's the thing about being sponsored, is you have to use what they say. Which is, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, I'm just saying that limits growth in my opinion, because the sponsor's got a product they want to sell, then you have to represent that. And so, for me, the future is mountain bike shoes for triathletes. Because the only reason like Chris Froome and that use road shoes is because every gram matters in a 3-week stage race. Every gram matters. Every gram doesn't matter in a triathlon. It's fucking flat. If you've got an extra few 100 grams in your shoes or 100 grams or whatever, it doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference at all. Is Lionel Messi on the hot sauce? Bingo. Twitch. I heard about that Twitch thing. I don't even know. I'm pretty ignorant on the internet what the fuck it is. But Twitch can have thousands of viewers. Go Twitch DR. How to deal with chicks that don't put out. They're just not into you, bro. They're just not into you. It's the Thai Wi-Fi. Normally the Wi-Fi is really good here. A lot of Froome hot sauce questions. Will they ever have women in the Tour de France? They have a women's Tour de France, or they have financial issues every year. Cycling's a cutthroat business, man.